Hi, welcome to Deep Six, the Deep State. Uh, there are enormous Republican gains over the last 6 years in the Midwest, Ohio, Michigan, Wisconsin, and Minnesota, and Western Pennsylvania. The outcomes on election day when those states went for Trump was not a fluke. It was the beginning of a long trend that will manifest itself over a period of decades. Just as it was almost 100 years more than 100 years that the South was solidly Democrat, and now for the last 50 years it's been more or less solidly Republican, although Democrats are making inroads. And the Midwest is sort of the new South. It's the new base of the Republican Party, because the white working class voters, and increasingly the black and Latino working class, are voting Republican rather than Democrat. The most fundamental thing that you learn about American politics when you first arrive here is that rich people are Republican and poor people are Democrat. And that's now changed. Rich white people are Democrat and middle and low income white people are Republican. And it's a complete flip, and it's a very significant change. And when you look at the state legislative results in those states, the gain becomes very apparent. In Wisconsin, for example, in 2008, you had 65 Democrats, 67 Republicans. Now you have 49 Democrats and 81 Republicans in the state legislature, combining the two houses. In Ohio, you had 65 to 67. Now it's 42 to 90 Republican advantage. In Michigan, it was 84 to 70. Now it's 57 Democrats and 90 Republicans. And in Minnesota, it was 131 Democrats and 68 Republicans. Now it's flipped, 68 Democrats and 111 Republicans. So the shift has been enormous, and it's been mirrored in the congressional elections. Now, the media doesn't cover this. It's the most important political story of our time, but they don't cover it because they don't know these states exist. They're called flyover country. I'll tell you a cute story. When I went to work for Clinton, I recommended a year and a half before Election Day that we do television advertising. And he said, "They'll think I'm desperate." And I said, "You are." And then he said, "Nobody will give me money." And I said, "We'll keep it a secret." He said, "How do you plan to do that?" And I said, "We won't advertise in New York or LA or Washington. And nobody will see your ads except the voters. The media won't know you're on." And he thought I was nuts, and we did that. We spent $40 million structuring talking about our side of the government shutdown fight in the 90s, and the media never reported it. They never knew it was happening because they don't know those states exist. And now, behind their backs, when they're not paying attention, those states have become more and more Republican. And now that Trump is really producing on the economy and jobs and wages, they're going to stay there. Thanks for watching. This media is sponsored by the Patriot Gold Group. With trade wars looming and huge budget deficits threatening possibly significant inflation, the safe harbor for your investment is gold. But unlike previous times, gold also offers one of the best opportunities for growth. Most economists think it's going to go from 1350, its current area, to about 1650. So get a hold of the Patriot Gold Group at the number on this screen, or go to patriotgoldgroup.com. Thanks for watching.